Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are fit and fine. So, today we are going to start with our Unit 2, chapter number 2.1, and that is a poem related to animals. So, today we are going to see or learn something new from animal. So, today we are going to learn a poem which has been written by Walt Whitman, and name of the poem is Animals. This is Unit 2 and 2.1. So first, let me give the introduction about the poem. As we all know, there are different types of animal. Domestic animals are there, wild animals are there, sea animals are there. So, and we love animals. Many of the people keep them pet at home. Okay, now I don't know whether you have thought or not, but you have to think on this. Now here the poet Walt Whitman, while he is describing the behavior, the nature of the animals, he is telling that we humans should learn something from them, because as they can't speak like us. Okay, so it is a reflective poem which describes the qualities of animals that human being must have possessed in early stages of evolution, but which we have lost now. The poet indicates that we should possess these qualities in order to improve human relationships and to make this world a better place to live in. So this is the main aim of the poet. Okay, now first let's see uh, some information about the poet, that is Walt Whitman. He was born in the year 1819 and he was dead in 1892. Okay, in 18th century 92. A major figure in early American poetry in an age when all poetry was rhymed and metrical. Whitman made a break with tradition and wrote a revolutionary new kind of poetry in free verses. Now, here, this Walt Whitman, he was a great poet, first of all, and at that time, in that era, what all metrical rhythm and metrical poems were there, but he was the first poet who has written the poem in free verses. Okay, he was a non-conformist in all respect, including his social life. Now, Walt Whitman was non-conformist, okay, in all respect, including his social life. His social life was also what? Non-conformist. The poet tells us that he feels more at home with animals than humans. What the poet is telling, that I feel very happy, I feel that I am at home with whom? With animals. He is feeling more comfortable with animals than humans. What he finds complicated and false, and when he thinks about this, he feels that it is very complicated and it is all false. So first I'll read the poem, then I'll explain the poem. Okay, I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one kneels to another, nor his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself, they evince them plainly in their possession. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge time ago and negligently drop them? Walt Whitman. Now, let us start with the explanation. Here, the poet Walt Whitman, what he is telling about the animals. He is telling that I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. Now, see, turn. Turn means what? See, here the meaning is given. Transform. And placid, not easily or upset. Okay, self-contained means self-sufficient. Okay. Now, what the poet expressed here? The poet expressed the possibility that he could change his lifestyle and live with whom? Live with animals. The reason is that the animals are so calm and self-composed. What is the reason? Because they are what? They are so calm and self-composed. The poet can't stand and gaze at them for long hours. See, I stand and look at them long and long. The poet is telling that I stand and gaze at them for long hours. Now, they do not sweat and whine about their condition. Now, what here the poet is telling that he has observed that they do not perspire from too much labor trying to improve their condition. What he is telling, they do not sweat when they do work. They do not have sweat, perspire, okay, from too much of labor, whatever work they do, and whine about their condition and trying to improve their condition. Okay, they do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. Now, what your poet is telling? Poet is telling neither do they complain mournfully about their living condition. They never say about their living condition, and they do not spend sleepless hours. They do not spend sleepless hours expressing sorrow for their misdeeds. Okay. Next line. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Now, here the poet is telling that they do not spend sleepless hours expressing sorrow for their misdeeds. They do not disgust the poet by talking to him about their duty to God. They never complain to God that my duty is what? Very hard. Okay. Who? The animals are not complaining. Okay. Not a single animal seems discontent. Not a single animal is what? Discontent means all are what? Satisfied. They do not behave irrationally, madly, pursuing the ownership of worldly goods. They never say that I want this thing, I want that thing, I want money, I want bungalow, I want car. All the worldly things they do not want. Okay. No animals, not one kneels to another, nor his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Okay. See now, mania, owning things. Mania, owning things means, mania means crazy. Okay. Demented means mad. Okay. So here what the poet is telling, they never what? They all are satisfied and they are never asking for all the worldly things. Then no animals kneels to another as a sign of worship. Okay, they are not kneeling down to any other animal as a sign of worship, nor to any ancestor that lived centuries ago, or they are not kneeling down to the any of the ancestor, any of the people or any of the animal who are living from many centuries. Okay. No, not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So they show their relation to me and I accept them. They bring me the tokens of myself, they evidence them plainly in their possession. Now, in this stanza, what the poet is telling that no animals has idea about or is unhappy with the matter that relate to the whole earth. Animals express their relationship with the poet in a simple way, and he in turn accepts them for what they are. Okay, so see, respectable. What is the meaning of respectable? Here, to happy and satisfied. Events means show. Okay, I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge time ago and negligently drop them? Tokens means virtues like innocence, simplicity, contentment, etc. Okay, now here in last stanza, what the poet is telling? Poet is telling that animals are offering the poet visible signs of qualities such as innocence, simplicity, and reveals to him by their behavior how these qualities quite clearly belong to them. Who is thinking this? The poet is thinking this. The poet wonders where the animals obtain this token, and poet is thinking from where these all qualities are there in whom? In animals. The poet wonders if mankind, represented by the poet himself, while passing through the various stage of evolution, once possessed these qualities ages ago, and then across the years carelessly gave them up. He is telling that this all qualities first was there in whom? In humans, but now carelessly they had given all this quality, they had give up all this quality. I hope you all have understood this poem. Thank you. Have a nice day.